Can you guys see me okay? It's a little bit dark, isn't it? It's dark. Hi, guys. Let me know if you guys can see me okay, if you guys can hear me okay. Hello, hello. Let me see if I can close the window. It's so hot here. It's like hot. I don't know where you guys are, if you're in winter time or summertime, but it's like hot over here today. It's hot in France, so we got a little bit of a heat wave going. And as many of you know, Europeans don't have air conditioning. So if I start sweating, that's why. Hi, Sylvia. Hi, sweetheart. I can immediately hear Alex go, hi, Mama. Looks like your boys are here. Oh, so yes, hot over here. AC, that's not good. Well, we don't have any here. Europeans don't participate in AC. We don't, because we have like only what, a few weeks of summer, and then it's like droopy and rainy again. So there's no point in investing in that, you know. Your babies love you. I can hear them say they're proud of you. It's almost like, have you gone into a new path? I don't know. They're showing me a path that you've taken. It's almost like you finally did it, like you've taken the path, or you're going to. It just feels like they're. I forgot my bracelets. Hold on. It almost feels like they're congratulating you, like what job well done or something like that. I don't know what's going on, but maybe you've made a decision. Maybe something shifted in you, but they seem very, very proud of you. Something big has shifted for you. I haven't been following on YouTube. I'm so sorry. I haven't been much on Facebook, and I just share my videos on there, but I haven't been very present. I've been staying more and more away from that kind of social media stuff. I just use it to keep you guys updated. But other than that, I have not been very active or even participating in it, to be perfectly honest. I have like Instagram and I have all kinds of stuff, and I never do anything with it. It just kind of sits there. So I'm not really good in this whole social media stuff. I'm too busy focusing on real life, focusing on my job and focusing on the kids and just being in my 5D reality. I'm trying to stay here and just simply observe the 3D without getting emotionally committed to it, and just kind of observe, and so it's just like, yeah, more and more I'm taking, I don't know, I don't need it anymore, I guess, or I don't know why. It's just like it's too much. So I stay in my little bubble for now. All right, guys, let's get started. Today we're going to do some angel card readings. These are intuitive readings, okay? I allow Spirit to, for those of you who are new, I allow Spirit to flick out a card. So I keep going until the card flicks out. And that's the Spirit just going, bloop, that's the card we need. And then I let you know what I feel and receive on an intuitive level. Now, usually there's more people on here than I can read for, but know that if you get those goosebumps, if you get that feeling like, oh my God, I feel like they're talking about me, then that's your confirmation. Spirit will give you hints and nudges through feelings, through thoughts, through ideas, through goosebumps, through just the idea of, oh my God, I think it's for me. If you have that thought, then it is, okay? Otherwise, that thought would have not come up. Nothing happens unintentionally. Everything has purpose and reason. So know that Spirit can pass along messages to you, even if the card is not directed, just for you. So I always recommend people to stay and stick along because we can get a lot of information and a lot of guidance through other people's cards as well. And today is the last day where you can purchase a ticket for my live event. So if you still want to come and join me on September 7th, right here in France, today is the last day to purchase a ticket. So have at it. Also, real quick, I got this lovely, and I'll make a little separate video for her too. Look at this. Isn't that cute? This is a coloring book. It's very thick. And one of my clients sent this to me. This is something she makes. Elena makes these, and they're just really, they're just really cute books. I love this. There's, how would I say it? There's colorings in there, and there's little stories in there who are very spiritually oriented. There's activities in there that you can do. And what I love about it is that it's all hand drawn, right? So it's not those pre-printed computer drawings. And it's really cool. So these are like for coloring. You see what I'm saying? I mean, that's what I like about it. It's not perfect, and I love imperfect things because I think imperfection is perfect. Do you know what I'm saying? It's very spiritual oriented, and it's just a lot of fun. And I want to thank Elena for sending these for my girls. These are pretty awesome, and it looks like she has books too for Christmas and so on and so forth. So these are the drawings. See, isn't that cool? You can tell they're just, I don't know if I'm doing this right, but you can tell they're just they're hand drawn by Elena. And I think it's wonderful. I love these old fashioned hand drawn pictures that kids can just kind of color in. So I'm going to have the kids start this right away. It's got little poems in it for children. It's just really cute. So thank you, Elena, for sending that to me. It looks like you can find her books on Amazon. So if you're looking for a cool, spiritually oriented coloring book, then I would recommend this one. I will see if I can find the link on Amazon and post it in the comment section. But it would be cool if we could all support Elena. But yeah, I love these. I don't know about you, but I love things that are not made with machines. And that might just be me. But anything that, people have put effort into it and they've done themselves and it's handmade. I love that stuff. And I think we need to support that much more than we are right now. And bring back, those qualities, because there's so many things that are disappearing, and just to give you an example, like job wise, people who fix shoes and nowadays we live in such a throwaway society that, my soles are done. They throw them away. They buy new ones. Back in the day, they would fix every shoe. They would fix every sock. There wasn't such a waste. And we can change that. We can, help our nature to be less polluted by making sure that we wear our things a little bit longer, that we support these jobs and these artists that actually still do things by hand. To me, it's very important. But anyway, again, that's me. And no, you don't have to be the same as me, but that's what I value. And that's what and my mom always tells me I'm an old fashioned gal, but I just think that whatever's made with love is so much more energetically attractive to me. And maybe it's because I read energy. You have so many books in the store, like these coloring books, and I look at them and they're soulless. There's nothing in it. There's no soul into it. It's just computer made. Boom, there you go. And when I get something like that, that's handmade and hand drawn, there's so much effort and so much energy, positive energy been put into that just taking the book and starting to color in it, actually you absorb that energy, you absorb that love that artist has put into it. That's what art does for us as well. It gives us energy, or it can deplete us depending on what kind of energy did the artist put into it. That's the same with music. It's the same with acting. It's the same with everything. We need to start living more from a perspective of energy. We don't value the energy level of things enough. Do you see what I'm trying to say? And it being extra super sensitive to a point where sometimes living becomes really tough for me. Everything that I purchase, I try to do it. I tried to purchase stuff that's been made with love, handmade things. I love antiques and refurbishing them. I love that stuff. I do cleanse them. When you do buy an antique, make sure you cleanse and purify the energy. I guess that sometimes spirits do attach themselves to certain items, but just the love that was put into that, the carvings anyway, I'm babbling, but go check it out. Go check out her book. It's a great coloring book. And I've noticed it's pretty affordable. So for a really big, I think it's like 80 pages, it's like $11 or something. So I would definitely go and check that out and support this wonderful soul. So let's get started. I'm just gonna, usually what I do is I just kind of go over the names, and whoever kind of jumps out is thanks for the donations. I do take those into consideration as well. But normally whoever kind of gets highlighted, it's kind of weird, but there's always this kind of glow around the words, is who I pick. Donna Gorton. Am I saying that right? And you may I get love guidance about Corey? I can try, but I don't know what spirits wants you to know at this time. We just have to surrender and see what spirit wants us to know. Okay? I don't control what's being said. Whoa, that was fast. That one flew. Look at that. There's the card. Lots of pink. It reads, the moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. And I love how the pink, it's all pink, the color of love, it's all pink. So this is definitely in regards to the love situation. Basically what they're saying is it's all about surrendering. When it comes to love, we tend to want to know everything that's going to happen. We tend to want to control things. We tend to want to adjust ourselves and our behavior in order to guide the relationship in a certain way. And basically what they're saying, stop doing that. Just don't do it. Okay. All you need to do is just trust that whatever is going to flow is going to, is destined, is part of the plan. Whenever we go into relationships, we're always so scared of losing the relationship, or we're scared we're going to do the wrong thing. And they're basically saying, look, just flow with it. Take it one day at a time. Love will find you when it's meant to. Love will continue to grow when it's meant to. It's just about surrendering and having fun. It's just about allowing the universe to guide you to that person, to guide you to have the experience, to guide you to have the experience that you're meant to have with the love interest. Does that kind of make sense? So it's really just about find peace, that whatever is going to happen the way it's meant to happen. That's really what it comes down to. And when we surrender, we get out of our own way. We stop blocking things and we stop manifesting things that we don't want. Because when we stay in a fearful state, or we're worried, or we're insecure about things, then we can boycott something that should have been beautiful. We can literally alter and change the frequency of it, and then attract experiences that weren't meant to happen, because you're in control. But when we start to surrender everything to the universe, and we say, okay, I'm just going to trust that whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and I'm just going to flow with it and do and follow my highest excitement each day and follow my heart each day and trust that what I receive is what I need to experience at that time. When you kind of give up that burden of having to constantly analyze and observe and figure things out, we get out of our own way and we allow the universe to provide us with what is meant to happen. And therefore, a lot of times we will have experiences that we never saw possible for ourselves. So that's the message that I'm getting. Don't overthink it. Don't overanalyze it. Just flow with it. Follow your heart's desire, and whatever will come from that, whatever the outcome is, good, bad, both will always be exactly what your soul wanted to experience out of that, because it'll help you to understand yourself better in all aspects. Whether it's good, bad, doesn't matter. It'll always be productive, and it'll always be there to help you to realign with the most authentic part of you. Does that kind of make sense? So either way, whatever it is, I do feel a lot of positive energy around it. I see a lot of hearts in my head, but don't jinx it. Just flow with it, okay? No worries. Whatever's going on there, no worries. Just go with it, okay? That's what I'm getting. Patty M. I had a dream this week. They showed me ancient letters. They said it was LHM. Don't know who or what is trying to tell me something. I don't know what LHM is, but let's see what they say. Let's see. Oh, they're undecisive. Which one? Choop, choop. That one. Okay. Music. Listen carefully, for there may be a message in the music you hear. Music can lift your soul, rekindle memories, and charm fairies to your door. Okay. This is what I'm seeing. It's kind of, I don't know, that fairy tale with the guy with the flute and the rats following him. I don't think it's a good ending for the rats, but it's almost like the feeling they're giving me is just allow the messages to come without needing to understand everything. Okay, write them down. Write down what you experience. Keep a little diary with you and just write it down. What you're experiencing right now is entities trying to communicate with you, entities trying to align with your frequency. And so what happens is little bits of pieces of information will come through, but not the whole ordeal, because it's not so much right now about the what is being said. It's more of trying to find a way to really connect on a clear level. So it's like them, kind of what I'm going through. I have these aliens that show up every now and then, and I don't get clear information, clear communication. I know they're there, and then they show up, and then they're gone, and I'm like, what do you want? And, you know, it's just them trying to, and this sounds kind of scary, but it's really not, trying to nestle themselves into your reality, into your vibrational space of existence. Until they find the right frequency and they find that you become more comfortable with just, okay, whatever. You know, the more you relax and the more you just kind of flow with it, the easier, I think, over time, the communication will occur and the more clearer communication will occur. So for now, it just feels like follow the music, you know, let them be. They're doing what they need to do in order for the communication to eventually be a consistent presence in your life, but until they get everything right, you're just going to have to deal with kind of receiving things that don't make sense and receiving little bits and pieces. And the advice that your team is giving you is write it down. You might be able to put it all together, but for now, just kind of go with it. Don't worry about what the message is. It's more about them getting into your physical reality and getting settled in. So over time, that communication can become kind of a weekly, a daily thing. Does that kind of make sense? I don't know if I'm making any sense. But that's what I'm getting. So hopefully that helps. Sue Mcmellon. Let's get a card for Sue. Hoopa. Oh, you got two, Sue. Look at that. You got push to surface and gentle moderation. Okay. Let's see, push to surface. You may have become complacent. You might be stalling or in need of a new surge of energy. Become aware of the dynamics of your life. And then gentle moderation. Take your time. Pressure from others or yourself can be released by renegotiation what you are trying to accomplish. Now, you're going into you're in a detox kind of state. You're detoxing from pills and big pharma meds that you've been taking for years. And you're trying to move, you're pushing yourself and your physical health to kind of step away from that and move into a more natural self-sustainability. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But it's almost like they're saying, look, because of that, you kind of feel you're in your bubble. But that's where you need to be, is what they're saying. You kind of feel disconnected from everybody. You kind of feel alone. And that's simply because this is a very personal cleansing journey that you're going through and you're learning from it. Okay? You're learning how to detox from big pharma meds and how to become reliant on nature to provide the same care, to provide the same healing. But because not everybody understands that, and because not everybody will support that, your soul kind of, for self-protection, has put herself into this bubble. And that creates the illusion of disconnect, and it creates the illusion of being alone on this journey. But the thing is, you need to be in that bubble, because as you're going through this process, you are teaching yourself qualities and wisdom and knowledge that you will then pass on to other people in the future, that you will then help others do the same thing that you did. So understand that it is a very, very important and crucial part of your journey that you're going through right now. And the reason you are disconnected and feeling alone is because the universe doesn't want you to get distracted. And the universe wants you to focus on what it is you're doing, on your body, on really feeling it, being mindful with your body, being present with your body, feeling every change, every glitch, feeling every transformation that's going to occur in your body. You got to be able to be fully present without any distractions. And you gotta write it down. You gotta write down your journey on a daily basis, because that diary is later on going to become what you're going to be teaching to others. You're going to know exactly what they're going to go through, and you're going to be able to help them, guide them, and assist them in this transitioning of, toxins towards natural medicine. Does that kind of make sense? So it's about, push to the surface. It's just about breathe. Okay, they go up for a little bit of air, right? You're it's almost like your mind is suffocating. You're drowning yourself because your mind is playing tricks on you, and they're saying, don't. Go to the surface, take a deep breath. Everything is exactly going the way it's meant to. Okay, and just let go of the pressure. Let go of the pressure that you put upon yourself. Let go of the pressure that you put upon the world. Just kind of stay in your bubble. Keep pushing through. Keep pushing forward. Really write everything down. It seems to be very important that you write every step down every day. What does my body feel? What are the changes? You really have to become kind of your own professor. And as you're going through this process, you will become, right now you're the student and you will become the teacher, but you have to remain in your bubble, disconnected a little bit, because it's the only way that you will remain focused, pure focus on this healing process and this transformation. Okay. Hope that helps you. All right. Britany, could you pull a card for my Aunt Debbie? Oh, no, wait. Could you pull a card for a message from my Aunt Debbie? I can pull a card, but I don't know if your Aunt Debbie will come forward. I can try. Lavon T. I don't control who comes through, but we can give it a try. Which one? This one. Okay. Britany. Akashic Stargate aligned with purpose, crossroads, no wrong path. Now, I don't know if this is your aunt, but I do feel somebody who's kind of headstrong. And this is somebody who speaks her mind, and I can just kind of see her shaking you and going, it's almost like, she wants you to loosen up. You're too uptight. You're too uptight. You're too tense. You're taking stuff way too seriously. It's almost like they're saying, have more fun. Just go on your adventure. You're so, it's almost like you're stuck on routines and these belief systems that really limit you living. You know what I'm saying? Like they are saying, live. You come here to have fun. You come here to explore. You come here to go on an adventure, not to be in a constant state of distress and a constant state of trying to control and prevent things from happening, trying to, do what is expected. It just feels like you're not living, you're just surviving. And she's kind of going, you need to have more fun. You need to not give a shit what people think. You need to really start living life for you and not for everyone else. Just feels like, that rainbow is really kind of jumping out of the card. Like, look, go over the rainbow. That's, go to the other side where you can have fun. You're stuck, and it's because you're allowing others and other people's ideas, and and other people's beliefs to become your beliefs. And you're allowing all of that outer energy to determine how you experience this life, because all that outer energy is creating fears and insecurities, and you're over analyzing, and you're too perfectionistic, and you're just trying to, everything has to be a certain way, and you're just missing out on life, is what she's saying. So whoever this is definitely very outspoken. Doesn't feel like, it feels like she had a mind of her own. Very loving, very caring, but could be very harsh at times. Does that kind of make sense? Because sometimes we don't want to hear the truth. But either way, have more fun, okay? Less rules, less preventative living, and just go for it. Just go for it. Okay, Brittany, that's what I'm getting for you today. I hope that helps. Let's see. Eric Martinez. Let's see what we can get for you, honey. Let's see, Eric. Third eye activation, brow chakra, inner vision, clear seeing. Eric, what they're saying right away is it's almost like you've been hit on the head, doink, and something just clicked. Something clicked, and you're starting to see your reality from a different angle, from a different perspective, from an inner perspective. And that is creating a lot of change. It's creating a lot of hope, is what they're saying. A lot of hope, a lot of excitement for the future. And it just feels like, the way that you can continue to support that vibration and to stay in that vibration is to really focus a little bit more on doing things that bring you joy. Because you are a provider and you are a person who always cares for his family. But they're saying you're on the right track. You're moving in a good vibrational space. But in order for you to kind of hold on to that, because life isn't easy, in order for you to hold on to that, you need to also have like a weekly activity that reintroduces that excitement over and over again each week, so you can hold on to it again. Somewhere in the middle of the week, place some time for you where you're engaging in a hobby or an activity that really brings that joy and that hope into your journey, into your day, and then hold on to that again. Does that kind of make sense? But know that everything, it just feels like everything's moving in the right direction, and you just need to trust it. Even if you don't have all the answers, just trust it and try and maintain for just a little while longer in that hopeful, positive vibration by introducing a hobby or introducing an activity each week that's going to continue to feed that positive feeling, and then it'll pull you through the rest of this year. Because once the rest of this year, is over, everything, people who are in the 5D, which you guys are moving into, everything will become slowly but surely a little bit easier. It's not going to be heaven on earth right away, but slowly but surely things will start to shift, and it'll naturally create more hope and more love and more excitement for the future as these things really start to move in a positive direction. Does that kind of make sense of what I'm saying? But that's the message that I'm getting for you right now. Okay. Leilani, lucky. Leilani, lucky. Each one. Okay. You're welcome, Eric. Hope that helps. Whoop, there it went. Yellow, joy and happiness, number 1. That's transformation, Leilani. You're coming out of your cocoon is what they're showing me. Slowly but surely. It's almost like these last, they're showing me 4, the number 4. These last 4 years, you've really been in a cocoon trying to develop yourself, trying to transform yourself into the person that you know you are meant to be. And it's almost like that cocoon is slowly but surely starting to open up, and you're starting to smell the fresh air. You're starting to see the sunlight come in, and slowly but surely you will emerge. By the end of this year, you will be completely emerged from that cocoon, and new opportunities will follow from that, because you'll no longer be the same person you were so many years ago. So a new person is emerging inside of you, and all of that will attract abundance and joy and balance. And it just feels like this new era is approaching towards the end. Maybe you're going to fully notice it somewhere. They're showing me May of 2025, where you're really going to be like, ha, I am a new person. I am a different person. So continue to follow your passion is what they're saying. They're showing me, I don't know if you draw, but they're showing me like painting your life, painting or drawing. They're showing me paintbrushes. It's almost like they want you to visualize already the world that you want to live in, and visualize it today, so you can emerge, connect to the feelings of what it's going to be like once everything falls into place for you. But either way, it just feels like this new person is emerging, and you can feel it. You don't know all the details yet, but you can just feel like there's a shift. Something is different about you. And they're saying, just go with it, just flow with it. Slowly but surely, your cocoon is opening up, and you will come back into a world that'll be more aligned with who you are. Okay? So it just feels like there's positivity, very much positive things happening for you. All right. Spring, yes. Let's see. Oh, my thingy doesn't want to. Trish Pico? Am I saying that right? I could be saying it wrong. If I am, I'm sorry. Pacheco or Pachico? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Let's see which one. This one. Okay. Trish Pacheco. Inner child. The fairies of playfulness remind you to make time to embrace your inner child. Playing keeps us young at heart. Do something silly and fun, but stay safe. Trish. Basically, what they're kind of saying is, look, you guys need to have more fun. It's almost like you need to reconnect. It's not that you don't love each other. It's not that you guys are not connected, but it's almost like you need to reconnect with that playful, carefree attitude, because there's so much pressure right now on everything. pressure that is being placed on oneself, pressure that is being felt from outwards. And it just feels like that pressure energy is pushing everything down instead of up. It is completely blocking and hindering any kind of evolution. When we learn to just let go, when we learn to just have fun again, when we learn to step away from what is expected and simply allow ourselves to be present in our day, to allow joy into our daily life, then we get much more enthusiastic, much more inspired to get going again, to take action, to create new things and attract new things and manifest new things. Does that kind of make sense? So it's almost like, and this is not just for your husband, it just feels like it's for both of you. Both of you need to go back to that carefree living, need to go back to just playing with life, trusting the universe that everything will come, that opportunities will be following. But in the meantime, to really work on elevating your frequency. Because when we're in a low frequency and there's too much pressure and too much expectation, then we completely block any kind of creation to occur. And we completely block any kind of opportunity to find us or to come our way. So really focus on the joys of life and really focus on the simple things, finding joy and gratefulness for the simple things in life, going for a picnic, being able to take a walk, really focusing on becoming more mindful in your daily life and expressing gratitude and really feeling the joy from shit, I got electricity. Yes. Right? We take things far too much, how do you say it? Sometimes my English leaves me. I'm not American. Give me a break. What was I gonna say? Sometimes we take things for granted. That's the way you say it. Sometimes we take things for granted. Like, when I wake up, I express and I get excited in my bed about everything I have. I have electricity. I have a roof over my head. I've got clothes. I have food in my belly. I can take a shower whenever I want to. I have a beautiful garden. I got beautiful children. I got a wonderful husband. I got wonderful people around me. I'm doing a job that I really love. It's about expressing gratitude for little things, big things, and the smallest little things that you can get out of bed and don't need a wheelchair, for example, that you can go pee and poo without having pain in your physical body. Those are simple things that can bring joy, that can elevate our frequency. And when we elevate our frequency, we become much more joyful towards our day, even if not everything has come to pass and not everything is clear yet. But it's that joyful, high vibrational energy that attracts opportunities, that attracts creation, and that supports manifestation. And until that energy is restored, you're going to always kind of feel like you're stuck, like you're standing still. Okay? So Trish, I hope that helps, but that's where the focus should be. The focus should not be on what needs to be coming and come on and we got to do this. The focus should be on what can I do today to make my vibration high, vibrational, positive, hopeful, and ready to manifest, ready to create. Okay? Never forget that it is your energy that creates your reality, and not your mind, not your hard work. It really is your frequency. So never forget that. Okay? So we can do a lot more by remaining in a positive, fun, childlike state. Look at me. I never grew up. I'm like Peter Pan. I'm 43 and I still feel like I'm a little kid. And it's because of that high vibrational frequency of just kind of like whatever, that I can connect better, you see. I think that's one of my biggest qualities is that I don't take life so seriously. I just go with the flow. And I've had massive amounts of trauma and I've had massive amounts of very serious things happen to me, and yet I still remain in that playful, childlike state. And I meet people who are younger than me, and they're so serious, and everything is so calculated. And I'm thinking, wow, they're so adult. And then I hear their age, and they're like 5 years younger than me. And I'm like, oh, I'm the adult here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never feel like I'm an adult. I always feel like I'm a kid. I have no clue what I'm doing, and that's okay. I'm completely okay with not knowing what I'm doing, and I'm completely okay with not knowing where I'm going. I just go with it. I felt one day I need to move to France. Boom, I'm here. Okay. I didn't overthink it. I'm like, okay, let's start packing. Let's figure out a house. Let's see where the universe guides us. I have moved to 3 different countries already because I just go with the flow. I don't overthink it. I don't worry about it. I just do what my heart tells me. And every single time is a massive adventure. And I get to communicate with so many different people. And it's, I get to learn so much about me and about other people. And it's just, everything is valuable. And if you look at life that way and you really live it that way, nothing really goes that bad. The first part of my life went bad because I had to go through those traumas, and that negative energy attracted more trauma. When we stay in that suicidal negative state, you're going to attract more negativity. But all of it was still valuable because now I can to live the other side, because I have healed myself. I have learned how to process, how to heal, how to change and alter my frequency, how to guide my energy. I don't control my energy. I guide it. Anytime we try to control everything, we're going to block it. We're going to reduce the power of it. But when we gently guide our frequency and we stay in that kind of like whatever attitude, things fall together. It just happens. The universe takes care of you. The universe takes care of us. Sometimes we're like, oh, wow, thank you. Things happen. Donations come in, or the government says, here you go, you can have some money back. Oh, great, thanks. You just trust in the universal flow and trust in yourself. You guys are the creators. You guys alone are the creators. But you have to be mindful of what energy you're sending out. If you're constantly stressing, if you're constantly trying to force things, if you're constantly trying to alter yourselves in order to fit into a certain idea that you have, then you're completely destroying your creative powers. You're completely disempowering yourself. So be very mindful of the energetic state that you're in on a daily basis. Make it a playful one, a childlike one, and just have fun. You came here to have fun. We all do. We don't come here to suffer nonstop. We create that suffering for ourselves because we get stuck in certain stories, in certain shame and blame stories, or we get stuck in self-destructive patterns and behaviors. And, we have control over our energy. So use it well. Use it well. It's kind of like Spider-Man, you're responsible for your creation because you're responsible for the energy that you hold on to, that you choose to live in, that you choose to vibrate from. Does that make sense? I'm kind of going off a little bit. But anyway, and this is great information for everybody. Humans are too focused on the physical aspect of things. You have to look at everything from an energy's perspective. I don't look at physicality. If I don't have something in the physical, I will create it energetically, because I know if I create it energetically, it's coming. It's already been created. I just now need to align with that reality where it is reality, where it is in the physical. We don't, same with the healing, same with our bodies, same with everything. Everything is energy. And if you start living consciously, being very mindful of what you choose, what energy you choose to send out every day and you choose to experience every day, then you can completely change and alter your life experience here in the physical, because it's that frequency that creates and gives you back. The universe loves you so much that it always says yes to you, but it says yes to everything you feel, not what you think. Thinking is a man-made machine, but we operate from an emotional frequency. It's the emotions, how you feel about it today, that's going to create your tomorrow. And you can have further plans further ahead, but I choose to live in a short basis because it's really easy to get lost in a long-term future. You can send out, oh, wouldn't it be great to do this one day? Okay, I'm sending it out. Okay, it's up to you now, universe. Now I'm just going to focus on today. Send it out. The universe heard you. The universe is creating it for you, but you don't need to constantly focus on it until you drive yourself mentally crazy. Send it out. You know it's received. It's as simple as that. As the moment you express it, the moment you think it, it's created in reality. We live in an infinite amount of parallel realities where each thought and each creation is a possibility for you. But then you have to get back to yourself in the moment and go, okay, now let's support that thought or that idea or that dream or that desired experience with my joy today. And if you do that every day, and you just focus on what I what I feel today will create my tomorrow. What I feel today will create my tomorrow. What I feel today, create my tomorrow. You will slowly but surely align and bring it into your physical reality. It's as simple as that. And as hard as that. Well, it's as hard as you make it. But that's how we live here. Like, my kids have autism. One's verbal, one's nonverbal, but even the verbal one can't have a normal conversation with me. She can express certain things. She can say she loves me. She can, very simple things she can express, but we cannot have a long conversation. She just repeats the last words that I say. So I can stress about that, and I can say, oh my God, where is this going to end? And how are they going to survive when we die? They don't have much family left. How are they going to survive without us? And I can allow that story, that story to control and influence my everyday experience. Or I can say, you know what? These are two souls who knew what they were doing, knew what they were going into. They knew this was going to happen, so they know that they're going to have the experience that they choose to have, and I'm just here to support them with love and to support them to the best of my ability. But I don't need to worry about that because these are souls. These are all knowing souls like everyone else. They knew what they were getting into, and they're going to find a way to get the experience that they want to have. And my girls are happy, and we're happy. We don't let their disability to become the story that runs our daily life. Our daily life is focused on loving each other, supporting each other, having fun with each other, being silly with each other, and keeping that vibration high. And all we can see is just a positive influence and a positive progress for them at their own pace. You see what I'm saying? You gotta let things just move at the pace that it's meant to move. We're trying too hard. Oh, we need to have this and we need to have that, and it needs to happen now. And if I don't have a job in the next month, oh my God, I'm gonna be broke and I'm gonna be homeless. Trust that the universe will take care of you, and trust that the experiences that will follow will bring so much value to your soul. Okay? And trust in people. Okay? Despite what the world and the media wants you to know, that everyone's bad and you can't trust anybody, it's not true. There's so many loving people out there, and so many people willing to give and to help and to assist, and so many compassionate people out there, more than what they make you feel. Okay? Don't get distracted by the illusions of what they show on TV, what they show in the media. Those are distractions. They want to keep you in a fearful state. See, you can't trust anybody. Look at that. Oh my God, everybody's a rapist, and everybody's this, and everybody's that, and everybody could be a murderer. And well, when you live your life that way, that's what you're going to get. You're going to only attract those kind of people. But if you live in a state where you trust that people are loving and caring and going to help you in some way, and that's just a knowing, it's no longer just a belief, it's a knowing, then those are the only people you're going to attract, is those people who are loving and are at that vibration of love and compassion. So everything is vibration, and I can't state it enough. It controls our entire physical, temporary, virtual reality. You're the projector. Stop looking outwards It's not the world projecting to you, it's you projecting out to the world, and what you project, you will receive in your outer world at an equal vibration. So make sure that the vibration you project out is the one that you want to attract in, the one you want to see, the people you want to see, the experiences you want to have. Make sure that you're projecting the right one. There's a big projector here in your consciousness, and it's constantly projecting your outer world, but it's not really real. Once you sleep, that world disappears. And then when you wake up, it appears again because it's a projection out of your conscious mind. It's not really here. This is a virtual reality, but we're taking things so seriously. Have more fun. Go wild. Let your hair loose. It's kind of like Easy Rider, although that's kind of a weird movie, but you know what I mean, right? You just go with it. The hippies had it right, really. But we can be responsible and have fun and be in a childlike state and see beauty in simple things, in a balloon, in the flowers that grow, and just see the wonder and see the magic behind everything. When we can live that way, that's all you're going to see in your reality. Okay. That was a long me ranting thing, but hopefully I got to some people. Oracle eyes, you woke up in tears for no reason. Tears is the body's way of releasing negative energy. So it could just be that. But let's see what Spirits wants to tell us about it. Okay. People always prevent crying, but I cry my eyes out all the time because it's a way for the body. Scientists, they know so little. Oh my God. They know not even 10% of what's really going on in the scientific world. But crying, because they don't know why we cry. They know what happens physically that creates the tears, but they don't know why. And basically, we cry when the intensity, the intensity of the energy within our vessel is so large that it has to be released. If not, we would spontaneously combust, so we have to release certain energies, and sometimes the only way to do that is through tears. Water is a cleanser. Okay, that's why we feel so good after we shower. It's not because you got water on you. It's simply because water is a high vibrational thing that kind of cleanses all of your aura. It cleanses the energetic, your energetic body that's surrounding this body, because your physical body is inside your aura. Your body is inside your soul. We always think that there's this tiny little soul somewhere stuck in here operating this vehicle like the Men in Black alien, But actually your body is inside your massive soul, which is huge. It's an entire universe on its own, your soul. And the body's inside that, right? And so in order for the body to survive the intensity of certain emotional energies or certain energies that we're absorbing out of the ether, the collective ether, we absorb so much energy sometimes that it needs to go quickly before the body gets hurt or before the body will start to manifest something negative like cancer or whatever. And so the body will start to cry, and we cry. You let those tears go. You let them go. It's a good thing. You cry your eyes out because it releases all that negative energy. It's a way of the body to get rid of it. So I think it's something like that, because I feel like you're doing good. I feel like you're on the right track. It's tough, but you're doing good, I feel. So I don't think that whatever had to come out of you actually belonged to you. Okay? because I do feel like you're a very intuitive person, but you do tend to absorb a lot of stuff from other people. I feel like a lot of people come for help or advice to you, and you're just kind of like a sponge. They feel better, but you take that stuff with you. Although you try to cleanse and keep your body clear, there's still residual energies lingering on. Love where you are and look beyond the surface. Okay, these are the cards that came out. Oop, there we go. I can hear Eric, my guide, saying, look, we know you want to help people, but don't overdo it. They're kind of saying you're not grounding, you're not putting up boundaries, healthy boundaries. Okay, they're going work on the healthy boundaries. Okay, so the cards read, look beyond the surface. Avoid becoming distracted by surface issues. Focus on the underlying motivation, cause, or beauty in a situation. Seek ways to bring depth to your world. And then the other one reads, love where you are. Use your sensitivity to know when to act. Connect your heart to your head when determining what you would like. Yeah, it's about boundaries. It's make sure that you give enough, you give and you receive at the same level. Okay, you tend to give everything. You're giving everything away because it makes you feel good temporarily. But the problem is when you give everything away, and then because you're an empath, you're absorbing everything. Without your knowledge, you're just a sponge. You just absorb it, and there's no energy left for you to feed you. Then it becomes overpowering. Okay, and you've been going through these ups and downs and ups and downs. And it's just because your body and your mind has to constantly process all the stuff that you're holding on to that doesn't belong to you. So really focus on setting boundaries. Sometimes you have to learn to say no. Okay, when you're tired, don't do it. Okay, take time for you. Replenish, cleanse, ground, rebalance. Okay, so the look beyond the surface card for me, it's more about, look, there's this huge whale, right? And we're thinking, oh, whale, massive, powerful, could squish a little boat with some people in it like that, right? But they are super sensitive, right? They're super sensitive, and they are easily hurt, and they are easily taken advantage of because they are very compassionate beings. Okay, whales are one of my favorite animals. When I connect to them, they are so loving and so giving, and they care for everyone in the ocean. They really do. They're kind of like the giant guardians of the peace. But they're so fragile and delicate at the same time, and they're super sensitive and super emotional. And that's you. You have a massive energy. You make people laugh. People are drawn to you, but you're such a sensitive soul that so easily gets hurt, so easily gets pushed out of her balance. And it's so important to invest more time and more energy and more focus on keeping you in the right place. And every now and then you're going to have to say no to people who want your help. Every now and then you're going to have to set some boundaries to people who want to use you, because there are people I feel around you who kind of take advantage of you and your knowledge and your wisdom and your abilities and willingness to help. So really start setting some ground rules, some boundaries. Work on focusing and cleansing on your cleansing yourself, your body, your energetic body. Find that balance. Because if you're giving too much, you're not going to have enough energy to ground yourself in the 5D, is what they're saying. So it's really important that you, right now, this year is all about balance, staying in your little bubble. You can still help people. That's what I'm doing. I'm staying in my bubble, but I'm helping people. I continue to be there for the world. I continue to be there for the people in my neighborhood who come to my home, who ask for advice, who ask for guidance. but I make sure that I remain in a certain balance, because I've been struggling as well. This year is extremely difficult with the energies for people who are super sensitive like us. So difficult right now. And, I've had to postpone for several weeks sessions because my energy was just completely off and it was just a mess. So you have to honor what your physical body, what your energetic body, what your mental and emotional body is requesting from you. You have to honor it, even if it means disappointing people, because this is the year of transitioning. This is when, the ascension sort of comes to a close. And it is super important to remain in that high vibrational state, so you will then be able to continue to help others while being permanently present within the 5D. You'll still be able to help people from the 3D and the 4D, but you'll be doing it from a more stable reality, parallel reality. Here I go again. Anyway, my God, Emma, stop babbling like that. Anyway, I hope that helps. Oh, God. Let's see. Terry Welsh. Terry. Whew. Yes, Leilani, put your own mask, oxygen mask on first. Oh, you're welcome, Oracle Eyes. You're welcome. Oopa. Terry, you got two. Venusian Galactic Council. Star Being Guides. Answer the Call. Time to Shine. That's the first one. It's a very bright card. And then the second one reads Pleiadian Activation. Coming Together. Harmony in the Heavens. Resolution. Whoop-ah. Two beautiful cards. Terry, what am I getting for you? It's almost like you're being surrounded by Pleiadian energy. I don't know if you felt that, but it just feels like your guide, one of your guides is Pleiadian. And it's like they've been reaching out and it's just weird and you don't quite get it. They keep saying, look at the stars, look at the stars. It's almost like they're trying to show you their presence. So know that these light beings, Pleiadians, really are extremely bright. Their energy to me it's just beyond beyond the human race. They are so bright in energy, and it just feels to me like they're trying to let their presence be known to you. But you really have to start looking at the stars. So it just feels like whatever the message here is answer the call. It's about place your focus on their presence, on requesting their assistance, because it just feels like they're willing to help, they're willing to guide you, and they're willing to communicate to you should you be willing to answer the call. So in a way, they can't do anything without your approval, is what they're saying, and they are requesting or asking for your approval. And they keep saying, look at the stars. It's almost like they're going to show you that they're there. Like they want you to be aware of their presence. So it just feels like a wonderful guide who wants to acknowledge their presence in your physical reality and start open communication. Okay. Kind of weird, Terry. I don't know if you're ready for that, but that's why they're asking for your permission. I would go for it. But it's up to you. Pleiadians are pretty cool. So Let's see, who else are we seeing here? Who else are we being drawn to today? Angela Smith. Angela Smith. Okay, Angela. Angela. Which one's this one? Okay. Angela Smith. Oops. Wow, that went fast. When I'm in alignment with the love of the universe, peace cannot be disrupted. Hi, John. Angela Smith. When I'm in alignment with the love of the universe, peace cannot be disrupted. Why am I thinking baby? Keep thinking babies. Babies, when I think of babies, it could really be a baby. You might be pregnant. Or babies also signify, for me, kind of a rebirth. Like you're being reborn. You need to reinvent yourself. It's almost like you no longer it's like they're saying, if in order for you to move into the new world, you have to let your old world behind. And so a rebirth needs to occur. It's about leaving your old world behind. So either you are pregnant and a baby will come in and change your whole world, turn it, you'll no longer be the person you were ever before. Or they are saying, you're going to be reborn. You need to recreate yourself if you want to move into a different reality, because it's almost like the person you were before just doesn't work in the new future that you want for yourself. You can't bring the old you into a new version of you, a new world. Does that kind of make sense? So it's like, it's kind of confusing energy that I'm getting, but it just feels like you need to work on letting go of the old you, and you need to invest time and energy in determining and creating the new you, the person who is more aligned with who you want to be, who you should be, who you are. Does that make sense? And that means letting go of the old. And that could be old relationships. That could be friendships that we need to let go. It could be a job that we need to let go. It's about starting over. Because what you have envisioned and planned for yourself, for your future, unfortunately does not work with what you're holding on to today. So you're going to have to let go of things. You're going to have to reinvent, redefine, recreate belief systems, recreate aspects of your day-to-day life in order for you to move forward. Okay. So hope that helps. John, let's get your card, John. Which one? That one? Okay. I love your talk today. Well, sometimes I just go, wow. Gerald hates going out with me, like shopping and stuff, because I always meet people, even strangers, and I start talking to him, and he's like, going to the store with you takes hours. I could just sit and talk about everything. Drives Gerald crazy. I don't know. I just open my mouth, stuff comes out. Half of the stuff I'm like, how do I know that? Where did that come from? I don't know. You know, I don't read books. I don't follow many other channelers. A lot of people ask me, oh, you're full of books. Do you know anybody else? I don't know how they work, or, you know, I don't. I'm dyslexic, so I don't read any books. I hate reading with a passion. When I do get a book from people, I have my mom read it. And then she tells me what it's about. I used to do that in school too. Oh, it's so horrible at reading. We used to have to do like essays or whatever you guys call that in America. You know, you had to read a book and then you had to, you know, make a thing about it. My mom would just read the book and tell me what it's about, and I would write it down, and she would just help me make it because she knew it was a lost cause. I barely like passed my classes, anything that had to do with reading and writing, and it's a miracle that I can channel such intensive, very deep posts on my Patreon page. If you guys like channeling about everything in the world, everything I tried to find an explanation for through channeling spirit. You know, why do we have different colors? Why do humans come in different colors? Why do we have a bit different where's the moon coming from? You know, just all kinds of stuff. Like, what is the moon and where is it? Everything that surrounds us, I try to find answers through channeling spirit. And then when I write that down, that's not a problem. Because I'm not the one having to come up with it. I kind of like, I'm like a receptionist. I just write it down, you know, and then I just have to check it for spelling because I'm horrible at spelling. No problem there. But when I have to come up with something with myself, I'm like, I start to freeze up like a robot. That's just, yeah. Thank God that I had such a loving mama, that she was willing to do my classwork for me in certain areas. I was good at science. I was good at all of that stuff, biology, history. But when it comes to like writing stuff, I was like, oh, can't do it. Can't do it. Latin, I struggled a little bit with, but I did pass. Latin was hard. Woo, I did 6 years of Latin. That was tough. All right, John, we're not getting a card here. Oopa, there it goes. What's Amy saying? I just stopped in to thank you for sharing your gift with so many. Oh, may God continue to bless you and your family. Oh, thank you. Thank you, my love. Okay, John, we got it. Woo, they're both purple. Like very purple cards. Karmic board clearing, which says energetic clearing, rewrite your story, live your truth, and Lemurian seed codes, embracing sensitivity, uniqueness, living with grace. Oh, there we go. Leilani says, I love books. My mom too. Oh, she reads like a lot. She's an avid reader. I'm like, I start to glitch when they tell me I have to read something. Just reading these things, I have to like, just that little line, I have to like reread it a couple of times before it actually clicks in my head. So when people tell me, there's so many comments, sometimes I get comments on my channelings, they're like, oh, she's just reading it or she's just memorized it. And I'm thinking, oh boy, if only I could do that. Oh, it would have made my school time a lot easier if I could memorize. It was horrible. Anyway, that did succeed. Haha. You know why? I had willpower. Willpower. Because if you tell me I can't do something, I'm going to show you. Okay, so the purple really kind of whoosh, is jumping out. Purple for me is it's just a sign that you're awake, that your third eye is open, but it just there's something about because your third eye is open, you're seeing these different aspects of you and you're seeing these different versions of you. And where the confusion comes is how do I work together with all these different versions of you? I don't know if I'm making any sense, but so you got the spiritual you and you got the energetic you and you got it just feels like you have, because you're wide awake, because your third eye is completely open, you're it's like you're looking at yourself and your life, but you're seeing all these different versions of you with different ideas and different feelings trying to coexist as one being. And because you're now seeing all the different aspects of you, it's becoming confusing to you. Well, who am I? Am I really this part of it, or is it that part of it? And is it really that part of that? Like you don't know these different versions of you who are all part of this one idea of you. You don't know how they can merge into one, how they can blend perfectly into this, I want to say perfect version of you, or into this, I don't like the word perfect, but I don't have any other word to describe it, what I'm seeing. It's almost like, you're right now, there's a lot of confusion because you don't know how all these different sides of you can work together to become a whole. That might be a better word. To become a wholer version of you, a more complete version of you, because it just feels to you right now that all these different parts of you are either contradicting or fighting with each other. And it's almost like, look, you don't need to hold on to all these different aspects of you. You're choosing to believe that these different aspects define you, but they don't. They are just characteristics, they are just traits, personality traits, beliefs that you have created and fed and held onto for quite some time. So your job now for the rest of this year is to determine what aspects am I going to bring into this new version of me, and what other aspects am I ready to let go of. And once you kind of sift, you have to go, and this is going to take some time. This is not something you can do in one day, okay? This is going to take you probably the rest of the year. But you're right on track. You feel like you're not, but you really are, is what they're saying. Slowly but surely, you're going to have to kind of analyze every aspect of you and write it down and just determine, am I taking that aspect with me, or am I ready to let that go? And the moment you write it down on a piece of paper, okay, that part, I am leaving that into the 3D. That is not coming with me into my fuller version of myself in the higher frequency. So I am releasing that from my existence. You write it. The moment you write it down, it is said. It is done. It is happening. It is being removed as you speak, because you're acknowledging it. Does that kind of, I know I'm sounding like a crazy lady right now, right? Am I making any sense? Look, this is like you, and there's all these different versions of you, right? And they all blend into one, but the problem is that the biggest part of you has changed so much that all these other aspects of you kind of contradict, right? Like it doesn't fit anymore. Like the pieces don't fit anymore. And the problem is your human mind is telling you, well, I can't let go of that because that's what defines me. But it doesn't. Okay? You can let go of anything. The only thing that defines you is your love. That's it. You're pure love. Your energy is pure love. You are pure love. As long as you hold on to that pure love, you already are complete. Everything else is kind of stuff that's been added to it to make this version of you, this experience of you, interesting. But they do not define you in any way or form. But you get to choose which one you hold on to and which one you can let go of. And slowly but surely, towards the end of the year, you're going to feel more and more complete. You're going to feel like all the puzzle pieces are finally fitting because you will have removed the puzzle pieces that no longer match the puzzle. Does that kind of make sense? Sometimes I just go blah, blah, blah. But I hope that makes sense. That's what you need to work on. Okay. It's all gonna be okay, John. It's all gonna be okay. That's what they're saying. You're moving in the right direction, even if it doesn't feel like. You get so frustrated. You have these moments where you have like complete meltdowns. And they're saying it's just because you're trying to hold on to something that really doesn't represent you anymore. But because it's always been a part of your life, you have a hard time releasing that aspect. Okay. Hope that helps. Let's see. Who else are we moving? Will Venezuela be free from dictatorship this year? We're fighting really hard. I can pull a card, but I don't know if I'll get an answer because one, when you say we're fighting really hard, fighting leads to more fighting. That's the fucked up part. We have to change our mindset. We have to believe that they have no more power over us. We have to act from that point of you guys have no more power over us. Only then we can overthrow something. Does that make sense? Which one? This one. But I can pull a card and see if there's anything that Spirit wants to share. Okay. Oh, that was fast. Go with the flow. Paddle on. 42. That's 6. I think it's really important, go with the flow. It's all about understanding what you send out. If you believe that you have to fight something, then you're sending out that fighting energy and you're going to keep fighting. You're going to keep attracting more of that. If you feel that nobody has any control over you, that you are free, that you are free to determine what your reality feels like, what your reality looks like, and that your energy is what's going to change your outer reality, then slowly but surely, when you remain in that vibration, you're going to receive more of that, and then all that oppression will go away. I mean, Gandhi, for example, is a great example of that. He never went to violence to make the change. He went to faith. He went to changing the vibrations, changing frequency. I know it's hard when your life seems like a battle. It's hard to remain in a peaceful state. But collectively, we can assist Venezuela, because I didn't even know there was something happening over there. I don't follow any news or anything like that. But collectively, ask for help collectively to change the vibration, to change the frequency, collective prayer, collective healing, group healings. All of that can alter and change what happens in a country, for example. How you choose to perceive your daily reality. But that's why they're saying go with the flow. It's all water. You need to cleanse the energy. You need to cleanse your mind. And yes, You may feel like, but I'm just one person. I can't change everything. Yes, you can, because what you perceive outside of you is a direct reflection of what's going on inside of you. And if you feel like you're always in a fight or flight mode, then you're going to continuously manifest experiences that are going to validate that fight or flight. You're constantly going to fight. You're constantly going to, flee, try to flee the situation, and it's just a kind of a. And this might not be what you want to hear, but that's just how energy works. That's how our reality works. People think that they have to fight to. But if everybody to end, you can't fight fire with fire. It just doesn't work. But if everyone would be united, and that's kind of the problem on a collective scale, we could turn this world around in one day, but it starts with one person. It starts with one person infusing his collective with loving, healing energy, with peaceful energy. It starts with choosing to find peace amongst the chaos. It's like Nelson Mandela was locked up almost his entire life, yet he came out in peace. He didn't allow that to and the abuse he underwent to affect his peace. He didn't allow anybody or anything to take that peace away that he felt inside. So change starts one person at a time. Change doesn't happen through fighting, and it doesn't happen through violence, and change can only occur when love is infused into the mix, when we choose to no longer participate. If everybody stopped fighting, there wouldn't be any wars to fight. If all the soldiers just said, you know what, we've had it, done it, we don't want to do this anymore. If people would stop choosing to go into the military, guess what? There wouldn't be any more wars, because there wouldn't be anybody to fight. And if people get called up to fight and they say, no, not doing it, I don't care what the consequences are, I'm not doing it, then guess what? All that shit would go away. We have the power to change everything. Every single individual can change and make a difference in the collective energies of our world and of our creation. Every single one. But we have to work together, and we have to stand together. They are 1% of the population. We are 99%. Who's more powerful? You do the math. All you got to do is stop. Everybody just needs to stop saying, no, not doing it anymore. No, I don't care. You can throw us in jail. You can give us fines. We're not going to pay them, and we don't care. What are they going to do? Put the entire population in jail? There's not enough room, I can tell you that. They already don't have any more room right now. They're full. Everybody says no. It disappears. You're in control. And we need to stop realizing that. We need to stop being the victim. Take back control of your focus, your energy, and your power. You guys are all divine entities that came here to create and manifest. So take your responsibility and start creating and manifesting what you want. Not through violence, because lower energy only attracts more lower energy. That's how the universe works. The universe gives you more of what you give and what you send out. But if you give the opposite, and you give love, and you give healing, and you give hope in people's hearts, and you give divine faith in, the peace and the healing of a nation, the healing of a people, and the healing of cancer, whatever, then we can create that. It's as simple as that. But we are taught and indoctrinized and manipulated and brainwashed to believe that we are powerless. And in fact, the other way is around. Love is far more powerful. Those who want to control us lack love. They don't have love. Otherwise, they wouldn't try to control or overpower people. The very fact that they are trying to control everyone and be in control at all times is 100% what do you call it? Is the sign that there is no love. Because when you're in connection with your true divine nature, you know that you don't need to overpower anybody to manifest. You just need to be able to guide your own energy through love, through knowing that it's already on its way. People who try to overpower others and manipulate and control them completely lack that love and that understanding of who they are in their divine sense. Otherwise, they wouldn't be seeking control elsewhere if they truly believed that they can manifest everything on their own. So for people who are awake and waking up, and they start to realize that the reality I experience is a projection of me, that's the most powerful thing you can ever accomplish. And that completely eliminates all of them like that. When you realize that the love that you have inside and the beautiful, upbeat, high vibrational energy is the pure creator of everything, then why would you need to overpower anybody or be in control of everything? Because you can manifest like that. We truly have that ability. We just lack the confidence and we lack the knowledge and understanding of that. We can have all the abundance in the world because it's within our reach, like this chunk. We're the creators of our own reality. And it's only those people who truly understand that, who become to that enlightened state and understanding of knowing of who they are and what they can create and manifest in this world, that release all need for control, for power, for status. Because all of that is simply a sign of the lack of love and the lack of understanding of self. Does that make sense? So they are the weak ones, super weak. They don't understand how powerful they are. Otherwise, they wouldn't have the need to control. They would simply understand that they can accomplish and achieve anything they want to with just being in a loving, high vibrational state. They can manifest anything. So who's the weak ones here? Think about it. Are you getting it? You guys getting it? You know? But if everybody, or even, 60% of people would start to understand that and realize that and apply it, because knowing and understanding it is one thing, but you have to apply it in your daily life. You have to become that truth. How you operate one day at a time needs to completely be a reflection of that knowing. And so right now, a lot of people are waking up and a lot of people are on a journey of awakening. And it always starts with intellectual knowledge, but until you start applying that and it becomes your daily life, how you function and operate and react and respond, if that doesn't align with what you know, it doesn't really do much, does it? Knowing is one thing, but until you start to align with it in your daily activity, and everything you do aligns with that truth, because it is just fact, only then can you become those master manifestors. Because knowing is one thing, but it needs to become you, needs to become your life, needs to become your reaction, needs to become your emotional state. Until all that falls together and starts lining up, that's when you see true change. That's when you start to realize, boom, this is my journey and I am the creator. That's when you realize that nobody can take that away from you. Doesn't matter how hard they try, they won't be able to. Because you have the Jedi Force, man. You gotta have that Jedi Force. It's all in the mind. It's becoming it. You have to know it. That's what Yoda was trying to get clear to to Luke. It has to infuse you. It has to become you. Every action, reaction you have on a daily basis has to align with what you know to be true. You see? And more people are doing that. And that's why we're seeing so much chaos right now. Because right now we are observing 3D, 4D, and 5D all blended into one. And it's like, what's happening? I can't handle this reality anymore. Okay? You start to freak out. I get it. I look at the world too and I'm going, let's leave that in the 3D, shall we? You know, it's confusing right now because we are experiencing different parallel dimensions all simultaneously. Because why? This is the time for choice. This is where your soul is being offered the opportunity to choose which dimension you align with. And you got to choose wisely. And you got to give it everything you got to feed that, to become that reality. Because this is where the timelines are still infused and accessible. All dimensions right now are accessible to you. But next year, those dimensions will start to go their own path, slowly but surely. And then it becomes harder. You can still do it. You can still hop. But it's like rivers start to come in between. And you're on one end, and you want to go there. You're going to have to be a lot braver and do a lot more work to get to the other side. While now everything's right next to each other. So you can just hop. And that's what a lot of people do. They go from 3D to 4D to 5D to 3D to 4D to 5D because they're lost. They're like, I don't know where to go anymore. I don't know where to focus on anymore. That's why so many people who are waking up are going into their bubble because they don't want to be distracted by the dimensions they no longer want to be part of. And they're going to stay there until those dimensions start to separate and it becomes a little bit more easier to breathe. And okay, it's still there, but it's starting to fade. It's starting to go into the background. Does that make sense? I mean, I'm not one of those teachers, spiritual teachers that has all the fancy words for it and it looks all the part. I'm not. I'm just me, crazy old me, you know, telling you what I know. And I just know this stuff. I don't know how I know. I just know. There's so many things in my life where my mom goes, how do you know all that? I'm like, I don't know. I just open my mouth and it comes out. You know, I just know because in some way or form, I'm being fed all this information, who knows from where. But what I do know in my heart is that what I'm saying is truth for me. And you guys have to decide that for you, if that is your truth. That's not up to me to decide for you. I can simply share what I know to be true, even though I don't know how I know what I know. You know, and I don't know everything. I don't. Half the time in my life, I'm like, I have no clue what I'm doing. And I do it anyway, you know, just see what happens. Okay, today I feel like I'm doing this. Okay. I have no clue about my personal life. And I'm okay with that. I don't need to have all the answers. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Who knows? I don't know. See what tomorrow brings. See what I'm attracting. See what I'm manifesting. And when I do get something, okay, what do I learn from this? What is this teaching me? I try to just figure that out. And even if I don't know the answer right away, I'm like, it's okay. The answer will come to me when I'm ready to receive it. And then it'll hit me and go, I get it now. You have to be okay with not knowing. You have to be okay with not knowing where everything is going to lead up to. You have to be at peace now, here, even though we have no clue what's going to happen. That's how I live. I just go, whatever. And the more I've noticed, the more that I surrendered, the easier life got. The more the universe helped us. You know, the more we got this. Oh, now you got neighbors that are constantly giving you free food from their garden. You know, every day I get a doorbell. Here's some salad. Here's some tomatoes. And like, I don't even have to buy food half of the time. And my whole neighborhood is offering food for just because they have too many. Here you go. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's scary because you don't know where everything is going. But if you trust and you just understand that you feeling good today and choosing to feel good today will make a difference tomorrow, will determine what you attract. And sometimes we still get negative stuff. I do too. Like, oh, I didn't see that one coming. Okay, how do we deal with that? We have those roller coaster rides too. But I no longer go into a panic like I did a long time ago. I just go, you know what? There's a solution to every problem. I'm sure the universe will guide me to it. There you go. No need to worry, no need to stress. I don't worry about it anymore. And guess what? It always gets solved and it always eventually ends well. You just gotta have faith and you gotta trust in yourself and in your own abilities to problem solve. Look, you're still here. Oh my God. Think of all the stuff you've experienced in your past where you thought, oh my God, I'm never going to overcome this, or I'm never going to, be able to solve this, or your whole world collapsed because you didn't see where it was going to lead up to, and you were in a panic and you were in a state of, went down, you crashed, you burned, you went into a depression. But look at you, you're still here. See, you keep doing it. You gotta see that. I've gone through so many downfalls and uphills and downfalls and uphills. I don't worry about it anymore. Oh, I've gone through hell and back. I can handle anything that comes on my way. Because I've done it before and I'll do it again. Do you see what I'm saying? You gotta have faith in you and in your higher soul, who knows much more than your human ego does. But you and her or him are the same person. It's just your higher perspective keeps an eye on you, guides you, sends you through feelings. This is your higher soul talking to you. You think you're that clever that you come up with everything that comes into your head? You're not. It's your higher soul. Those are spirit guides talking to you. The only thing the human ego is really good at is panicking and being scared. But most of the revelations that you get don't come from you. They come from you up there in a higher vibrational plane. So trust the other version of you that's guiding this whole show. You need to have faith in you. You're not just this. There's another aspect of you with a much further perspective who knows exactly what she needs to do in order to get there, or what she needs to change of the human ego in order to get the results she wants. Trust. Work together with that other part of you. Teamwork. Super important. If you're only seeing this, then you're going to be lost. That's just the reality, because this is not just who you are. You're much more than this. You are infinite. You got to take all aspects of you and blend it into this temporary physical form and trust it. You're not alone. You never are, because this other aspect of you is always walking alongside you. You just don't know it. And they have much more knowledge and wisdom than the human ego does. So you got to trust. Okay? You're in control. Trust me. Everything you attract, whether it's negative or positive, you're in somehow attracting that into your reality, because that's what you're sending out vibrationally. It's a choice. And although the human ego says, I don't want that, well, then stop sending out that request. Okay? The universe is like the genie out of the bottle. It always gives you more of what you're requesting. But what people think they're requesting, oh, but I want this. It doesn't hear your thoughts. It feels your vibrations. Okay? It is blind to your thoughts. It doesn't know what your human ego wants. All it knows is what you want here, emotionally, energetically. That is what you want. So the universe gives you more of this. And okay, you like that fear? Okay, I'll give you some more. The universe doesn't have... To the universe, everything is beautiful and everything is energy. Only the human ego creates duality and a sense of bad and good. But from a universal perspective, energy is energy. And everything's like, okay. So if you don't want to attract more of the stuff that you've been experiencing, then you need to change internally. If you keep taking the same train, you're going to keep ending up in the same train station. You don't like that. You got to take a different train, a different approach. You got to change your energy. You got to heal it. You got to switch it. You got to transform it. And that takes time. So you got to be patient with yourself. And it's work. You got to be mindful. You got to stay one day at a time. When we think in the future too far, we get lost. And sometimes we limit what we can receive because we want it. Oh, I have a perfect vision of what I want it to look like. Well, what if the universe could give you more than that? More than you can possibly think is possible for you. You're just limiting that right now. Don't limit the universe. The universe can give you limitless stuff and limitless experiences. Don't chain the universe to give you only what the little human mind thinks is possible for you. Send out what experience you want to have. I want to have a job where I feel so excited every day to do my job, and I just feel re-energized at the end of the day because I did what I loved. Don't limit to what that might be. Or if a relationship comes, I want to have a relationship that we're so in tune and so in sync that we feel like we're connected spiritually and this and that, and there's so much love and respect for each other. We're all on the same level. Don't say they need to have big boobies and a big ass and blonde hair or blue eyes and whatever. Don't limit it. Okay? Allow the universe to bring it to you. Just send out what experience you want to have. Don't say it needs to be exactly this kind of car and this model, and because then you're just limiting yourself. You could have the same exuberant feeling driving another car. You don't even know. An even better one or an even bigger one. You know? It's up to you. You're in control, but until you realize that and you start to align with that truth, you're always going to feel victimized by others. But the problem is those others are simply reflecting back to you what you're sending out. So you really victimize yourself. Okay, I did a lot of talking right now. I hope that helps. You know, like when it comes to these wars, wherever they all are, if collectively we just stopped engaging with it and stopped feeding it, then they would fade. It would go away. If collectively people would say, you know what? I don't want to play soldier anymore and kill people. I want to love people. It would all go away. And we can start feeding that by when we meditate. Send healing and love to those areas, to those people. You know, change the vibration of it. Change the frequency. Prayers help. But when you pray, don't beg. Simply acknowledge what you already want it to be. Thank you for resolving all conflicts upon this planet. Just be grateful for it. Acknowledge that it's already so. That's a good prayer. Begging doesn't help because when you beg, you acknowledge that it's not there. You want to bring something into reality, you have to acknowledge that it's already been created and it's already so. That makes sense? And collectively, we can organize. You know, a lot of people do. They organize collective healings and collective prayers. And if we all would participate, we can change things. And it's not woo-woo. It's just energy. We can collectively change the frequency. Anyway, I'm going to do one more for the group, okay? I know I didn't do that many people today, but boy, I really hope that what I said in some way or form helped all of you. All right. You're welcome. Whoopah! Well, that one flew. White, purity and innocence. 51. So that's 6 again. Look at that. There you go. You're being protected. You guys are diamonds in the rough. Look, this is what we were talking about. This just acknowledges it. You guys are diamonds. You're indestructible. You're bright. You're full of light. And you have different aspects within one's beingness. And you are protected. The universe loves you. The universe wants to work with you, but you have to learn to work with it. Okay? They're there to help you. They're there to protect you. The universe always loves you. But you need to start finding the love within and align with that which you are. You are pure love vibration. That's who you really are, not this human temporary experience that you are having. This is just like a 4D game, you know. You think you're moving forward, really you're just staying in one place. It's just the illusion of space and time. It doesn't really exist. You guys are diamonds. You're not even in the rough. Your souls are highly developed, all-knowing, powerful beings. Even if you feel powerless in this reality, it's not true. You're all very powerful, immortal, eternal, whatever you want to call it, very, very strong souls who chose to be born and incarnated in a reality that you knew was going to be hard as hell, but you knew that there was going to be a reward. You knew that the massive amounts of growth that you as souls during this almost impossible time to be alive in is going to offer the soul. It's going to be magnificent. So you only came here because you knew you could handle it. And you knew it was going to be tough, but you knew you were going to be strong enough to push through and become that person you really wanted to be here. Free to create and be who they want to be, free to manifest whatever one's heart's desire. That's the ultimate goal for all of you, is to be allowed to give yourself permission, not allowed by others, but to give yourself the permission to become the most authentic you can possibly be, and to enjoy the creative part of this incarnation. And you've got help. You're not alone. But start working with them, with you on the other side. Start aligning with that truth. Okay? This was I feel like this was powerful session. A lot of me babbling, but I do feel like there was a lot of things in here that people needed to be reminded of, or people needed to hear. Okay. Leilani says, yep, and we have front seats with popcorn for the show. Exactly. And, for those of you who are awake, look what you still perceive from the 3D world, just observe it with a neutral energy and just give it love. That's all you can do. Give it love, but don't allow it to enter your space anymore. Just observe it as if you're watching some weird ass movie play out and go, okay, that doesn't make sense and that doesn't make sense, because the world doesn't make sense anymore. But again, I've told you it's because all these dimensions are overlapping each other and it's very confusing. So look at it as if you're looking at it like just a movie that doesn't have anything to do with your life, and just go, I'm just going to send love, and I'm just going to continue my journey. Okay? Doesn't mean you're turning a blind eye. It just simply means that you are no longer acknowledging that that is a reality for this world, and therefore you are no longer feeding it into reality. Because when you focus on it, you can look at it, but you have to stay neutral emotionally. When you get sad or you get upset or you get angry about it, you're feeding it, and it just continues. When you withdraw that emotional content, it's like a fire it's not going to get enough oxygen anymore, and it's going to get smaller and smaller and smaller, and eventually it's going to disappear. So that's the power we possess, that knowledge. Okay? And then you're going to try everything they can in their power, those in control, to keep that fire burning. But unfortunately, they're only 1%. So the more we retract our interest and our focus on it. And the more we stop engaging and playing the game, the faster the game's over. And we could start a new game. Okay? Doesn't mean that we don't care. We do. We care very much. But we have to play the game right in the way that is going to benefit all. And unfortunately, energy is the way to do that. Be mindful of where you put your energy and your focus. Okay? All right, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. Sorry for all the babbling. Hopefully this did inspire you. And I will see you guys next time. Love you. Bye.